Hello Chocs and Chocettes and everyone in between, Roberto here for another video review. It's the Cadbury Bournville Classic Dark Chocolate, but it's been a bit of a makeover. Look at this. This is what it looks like now. Look at that, Cadbury Bournville Dark Chocolate. Simply delicious. Yeah, there we go. So we've gone for a bit of a vertical portrait look rather than a landscape, but then we've got these ones as well. Look at this, even more stuff. Chopped Hazelnut Bournville, where's all this come from? Previously we just had the old Jamaica, didn't we, whatever it was, and then we've got salted caramel also. Simply indulgent. Did we all say simply indulgent? Simply chunky, alright, yes, and simply delicious, alright. So okay, so they've gone, they've gone a bit, well, they've just rebranded it and gone all out on it, haven't they? They've done a few new, well, new flavours, I guess. Will they still do old Jamaica? I don't know, but was that just a limited edition one anyway? I think I saw it not long ago in the shop, but yeah. So they've not changed the recipe. I did have a check before. It's still the same, basically. The ingredients, the new one and the old one, are still the same, and this, that and the other. So 36% cocoa solids, I don't know if you can quite see, and the weightage is the same as well. So yeah, there you go. So the calories there, 100 grams, 525 calories, 20 grams of fat, 16 which are saturates per 33 grams, 173 calories. Well, it gives you 3 chunks there, doesn't it? And then 33 grams. So that's slightly different, but you know, yeah, the ingredients there are the same. 36% cocoa solids, which does contain skimmed milk powder, so it's a bit unusual. Oh, it says chocolate at the top. Yes, there we go. So a bit of a no-nonsense one, this one. You saw that advert, well, in the moment, the time recording was an advert on TV about Bournville, and all these pretentious people talk about dark chocolate, and this person who eats Bournville just likes it for the taste, you know. I must admit, I do quite like Bournville, actually. It is a nice dark chocolate in my opinion. It's quite, not very strong, but I like it. 80% recycled plastics, allocated through ISCC certified mass balance approach, alright? Mass balance approach for plastic now. I'd always look into it if it's imported, because it is an unusual one. We see the old one's got the Queen approves message there. Appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, Cocoa and Chocolate Manufacturers, Cadbury UK Limited, Bournville. But I can't see it on the new one. So I guess, well, obviously the Queen's passed away now, but you would think maybe the King's one on there, at least continue on with the Queen's one, but doesn't seem to be there. So vegetarians. Don't get touched, not happy, stuff like that. But yeah, I can't see any. Yeah, I don't know, they must have stopped putting it on there now. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if the King has his own one, doesn't want to support it. I don't know, maybe he doesn't support it, I don't know. But there you go, that one says 100% sustainably sourced cocoa. But I can't see it saying on this one. It says it's Cocoa Life and stuff, but it doesn't seem to be saying 100% sustainably sourced. Instead he's going on about the recycling, so I don't know what's changed. It should be the same, but I don't know, not mentioned it for some reason. And here's the other two. So, okay, these ones are, well, this one's 110 gram bar. This one. This is the salted caramel one, and the chopped hazelnut one is 100 grams again. So interesting that. I don't know why the salted caramel is a bit heavier. It does seem to be taller than the other one, so maybe that's why. Yeah, here's the salted caramel one anyway. Got the same stuff going on at the top. Like with bags at large supermarkets and recycle home, but in the public around you can. I've seen comparable messages on their products. It's a bit of a strange one that, why that's the case, I don't know. Here's an example, for instance. You can only, Republic of Ireland, you can recycle at home. But in the UK you can't, so yeah. But so much simpler, isn't it, really? So why you can't in the UK, I don't know. But there we go. So yeah, here's the calories for this one. 100 grams, 573 calories, 23 grams of fat, 13 of which are saturates. But per 36 grams, 170 calories, 8.1 grams of fat, 4.8 of which are saturates. 110 grams, I'll say down at the bottom. Chocolate with salt caramel filling. Okay. 30%. There's the ingredients there. It's got sweetened condensed skimmed milk this time, so not skimmed milk powder for what it's worth. Palm oil in as well. But it doesn't tell you what the cocoa percentage is in this one. Very strange that, isn't it? It does in the other one, which I had a check of before, but not in this one. So, yeah, so there we go. Alright, anything else of interest? Some short and stuff here, get in touch, not happy, stuff like this. Calculation there, suited vegetarians, retreat wise. Alright, let's have a look at the final one. Okay, so per 100 grams, 537 calories, 31 grams of fat, 15 which are saturates, per 33 grams, 177 calories, 10 grams of fat, 4.9 which are saturates. I don't know why it gives you that per 33 grams. I mean, this one gives you per 36. It's just a bit confusing, isn't it? It should just say per whatever it is, you know. Original Bournville will give you per 12 grams, this one gives you per 33 as well. So I guess it's roughly a third, but yeah, alright. Second me again. 1 portion 6 chunks, it says there. 3 portions per pack. Oh, there you go. So it's 33 grams. That's what it's talking about there. I guess it says on the bottom of the original one as well. One portion is 6 chunks. 3 portions per pack. That's on the salty caramel. It doesn't tell you on that one, so you know. Goodness me, I don't know. Very strange. Alright. Anyway. But this one does tell you cocoa size 36%. So this one does have it. So why, let's say the sort of caramel one doesn't? Obviously isn't, or you know, I don't know. The chocolate with chopped hazelnuts and salted caramel chips 3%. Chopped roasted hazelnuts 9%. Palm oil. Alright. There we go. Skim milk powder again. Like the original butter. Unlike the I'll say the salted caramel one, which actually had sweetened condensed skim milk. Okay, I guess maybe it's to do with the caramel, I don't know. But it doesn't seem to be. I mean, it's even dark chocolate, you know. It's even dark chocolate. It doesn't describe itself as dark chocolate. It does say dark chocolate there. So yeah. Alright. Okay, well there we go. Definitely there's much more to say. There's like information there. Oh yeah, maybe there is actually. Just let's look at the inside again. But it's the same as before. Get in touch and happy. Summary of the calories. Suited for vegetarians. And big treat wise. You can see they've got these open and reclose wrappers. They used to call them flow wrappers, didn't they, I think? But there we go, yeah. I'm not sure what they call them now. It's alright, well, let's move this down, give all these an open. I think, you know, we'll see what this one's like compared to the other one. See if we prefer the look of it. But yeah, let's move this down, give it an open. Okay, everyone okay? We're going to these Cadbury Bournville new bars and old bars and opens. We've got the original there. The new replacement, new fancy one. It's basically the same bar, but just different packaging. And the 2 new pretenders, would you say? Yeah, we'll see what those look like as well. All right. Okay, so let's open the 2 main ones first, shall we? Let's see, both 100 grams. So there's any difference. So this is the old school one, the classic. Oh, there we go. I like the look of that actually. It's just very 80s. Very classic. Smells of dark chocolate as well. Let's see what the new one looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure to assume they've updated the look of it, so we'll see. Maybe they haven't, maybe it's exactly the same. Yeah, there we go. It's got the load of bees on it. There we are. So what do you think? It's both way the same, as I say. Which for the old one or the new one? I guess the new one's more modern, isn't it? The other one's smaller chunks maybe, so you could control your calories a bit better maybe. Yeah, this one's not quite the same. Both weigh 100 grams as I say, but we'll give them a bit of a measure, all the same. Let's have a see. 7.2 diameter there, and width rather. Not the same there. I've got 16.2. Yeah, about 16.2, maybe a bit longer actually, 16.25 maybe. Which is about the same, I think it's just a variance, isn't it? Let's look at the older height of them both. This one might be slightly different. Okay, so the new one, domed, about 8mm, and in between the segments, about 6. The old one, not much steppages going on in the old one. 8mm in height. Between about 6. I think it's about the same, isn't it? Really, it was 8 and 6. I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it's just a 7 there, but I think it was dome. So yeah, maybe 7. So maybe a bit taller than the old one. Okay. All right, interesting. Yeah, interesting. But there you go. You can see them there. I don't know, I quite like the new one actually, but I like the old one because it just looks old, you know, I like the way it looks a bit 80s. So, yeah, but the new one doesn't look too bad, I must say. Alright, let's see what these ones look like now as well. I'm assuming this hazelnut one's going to be hazelnuts. Yes, I'm assuming it's going to be quite similar to the new one, the size and things. Shape and this, that and the other. Okay, actually, yeah, it is the same. Yeah, you can see. There we go. basically the same. Alright, you can see all the chopped bits underneath, quite a lot going on there. With a snap. There you go. So yeah, chopped hazelnuts going on. Don't have to go all the way to the top or not. Yeah, don't quite seem to stick at the bottom, don't they? Can't see any sticking through the top particularly. Some little light specks like that one there, but they mainly hang around at the bottom, don't they? So yeah. All right, let's try the. Let's open the salted caramel one then. This is the one that's going to look the most different. So let's see. 110 grams this one. Open very well. So it's a sealing and reclosing. Yeah, so definitely a different look to it. This one, you can see the domes are a lot more prominent. Actually, this actually looks a lot nicer. Actually, I like the look of this one. Yeah, a lot more than the regular one. You can see 3/6 the 15 segments in the salted caramel one, whereas there's 18 in the other one. Okay, so slightly different measurements basically. The same, must be the same length, same width. Obviously, just the height is different. Overall, I actually quite like this. I think this looks the best one of the lot, I think. Than the old school of the old classic one, of course, but I think it looks pretty good, that. Right, let's give it a bit of a measure and show. I think the width and stuff are going to be the same, roughly. Okay, so see. Yeah, about 15.3 I've got there, actually. So maybe slightly longer, but 7.3 as well. It's about the same, maybe. Yeah, I think this one was 15.25 or something, wasn't it? But yeah, maybe it was about 15.3 as well. I think it's roughly the same. I think I might have just been a millimetre out before, but yeah, roughly the same. And the height. See, this is quite domed. This one more so than the others. About 1.1 centimetres in between. 5, so yeah, it's a bit taller, but the gaps in between are a bit deeper. Okay, let's give it a bit of a snap so you can see there the clue as to what's inside there. Okay, it's just going to collapse. I might just use a knife. I've got a trusty knife here. Okay, so quite a thick base, I think you'd say, but still definitely some runny caramel there. It's squidging out. Yeah, that's nice. The smell there in particular, but it's quite a strong dark chocolate smell. But yeah, it's interesting. But alright, how's it taste? That's the important, isn't it? So we'll lift stuff up and give all these a go. Let's do just that. Okay, everyone, okay, we're going to these Cadbury Bournvilles a taste. Got the classic one there, and the new one's here at the top. The new one's basically the same as your one, really, just a slightly different look to it. But yeah, give them all a go and rate them individually as well. See what they're like. Quite excited for these, I must say. So we'll try let's try the original, the OG, shall we? The very original one. All right, so one segment here. Let's give that a go, and we'll try the new one as well. See if there's any difference. So let's give that a try. I like the old 80s look to it. Okay, let's give it a go. It's nice. It's not too rich, not too dry, but tastes refined all the same. You know. It's got quite a. It does have got quite a dry taste to it, but I don't mean it literally. But there's a sort of a sense of dryness to it, which is quite nice. It's all right. Let's try the new one then. Segments are a bit bigger in the new one, so okay. It does seem to taste a bit different. It's the same ingredients, but it seems to taste a bit different. Maybe it's just the fact that the segment's bigger. It seems to be a bit less dry, a bit more creamy. Interesting. Let's try one of the originals again. Definitely seems drier, the original, compared to new ones. Let's give it another go. Yeah. I don't know if it's just a difference in storage, the way they've been stored in the shops or something, but even though the ingredients are the same, it could just be the shape of it's making a difference somehow, I don't know, but the new one seems to taste a bit creamier, really. So, don't know, they're both the same apparently, but I prefer the new one. Interesting. So I think they're both are good. I don't know. I would have said the old Bournville was probably a 4 out of 5, but I think the old one, the original, 3.5 out of 4. Yeah, I think it would have been a 4 otherwise, but I think for today, 3.5 out of 5. But I think the new one, 4 out of 5. Yeah, I think it seems to be exactly the same apparently on paper, but I don't know. In practice, it seems to taste a bit nicer for some reason. So strange. I don't know if it's just the shape of it. I'm not sure. Maybe the other one was let's say, could have been around longer. The other one, because it's the older bar. But it's still in date and everything. It's still in date well into next year. 15th of the 4th. What's the date on the other one? 10th of the 7th. So yeah, not much in it. Interesting. Okay, let's try the chopped hazelnut one then. So it's like got a segment here. Okay, let's give it a go. There's crunches in there. Doesn't taste too nutty, but nutty enough. I'm not a big fan of nuts in my chocolate generally, but when it's chopped, they're a bit better than whole hazelnuts. Not bad, not bad. I don't know if I prefer that. I mean, basically, I prefer if it's like biscuit pieces. Is the gist of it. I'm not a big fan of just sort of chopped nuts like this. Put them in a sort of like flavoured, with the honey roasted or something like that. But then maybe that would take away from the dark chocolate taste. But it does accompany it pretty well, really. I think for me, I probably prefer it without them, I think. But it's nice to have that crunch. Just because I'm not a massive nut fan generally. I don't really particularly like hazelnuts, as in they don't really... The flavour of hazelnut doesn't really give me much, you know what I mean? It doesn't really, maybe in Kinder Buenos or something like that, but in these, I'm not too sure. So, overall, I think it's pretty good. I think it's probably... I think I prefer them without the hazelnuts, but it's certainly a nice crunch, and it doesn't affect the taste too much. You still get a good taste of the dark chocolate. So I think it's probably about 3.5 out of 4. I feel probably just say 3.5 out of 5, but I think if you're a hazelnut fan, it's easily 4, 4.5, so yeah. Okay, let's try the new salty caramel one next. A bit more of a barrel going on there. Will this work? Is this actually dark chocolate? I mean, it says dark chocolate on the front, but it doesn't tell you what the cocoa solids are. So let's give it a go and find out. So it's like. It tastes like regular Cadbury caramel, really, in a way. It's a bit of a salty taste, though. It's not quite as buttery as Cadbury caramel. It has the same taste. See. Interesting. You do often get dark chocolate with runny caramel. It came out the back there. There's me. Dark caramel there as well, patting my fingers. It's not bad, this one's one that could very easily grow on you. It's quite nice, actually. I feel like you still get the dark chocolate taste. A nice caramel taste. So I feel like it accompanies it quite well. It doesn't taste too salty. So the caramel for me rarely tastes that salty, actually. Because it's just got a subtle taste, and I think you can sometimes get it with this. I think it works. I was worried it would oversweeten the dark chocolate, and it doesn't really. It accompanies it quite well. It works pretty well. I'm pretty impressed, actually. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. I thought it would just be just may as well be milk chocolate, but it's not. You still get the sort of the richness from the dark chocolate, but you do get the sweetness from the caramel as well. But it doesn't overpower the dark chocolate. You can still tell you're eating dark chocolate. I think that's pretty nice, actually. That is pretty nice. You still have that refinement of dark chocolate, that subtlety of dark chocolate as well. So it doesn't blow your socks off, but it's just nice. It feels good to eat. It feels a bit sort of elegant to eat it. Really, you get that sort of decadence from it. So yeah, I think for me, Is it 4.5? It's very close to 4.5 out of 5, but I think I'm still going to give it a 4 out of 5 basically. But it's very close. And it could be, it's one that could, as I say, could grow on me more and more the more I have it. And I feel like I want another square. You know what I mean? So maybe it's a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, you know what? I think I will. I can tell I'm gonna up my mark on this one when I do a look back in the year's time or whatever. So 4 out of 5. I think it just really works really well together. You know, the salted caramel and the dark chocolate. It has a nice taste to it, and they both work well together. So they don't dilute the other, you know what I mean? Sometimes that happens quite easily, especially with dark chocolate as well, with a sweet filling. And it's quite prominent, there's quite a lot of the caramel in there, but it doesn't seem to do it. I think it's really nice, yeah. Really nice one, that one, definitely recommended. Yeah, so overall, I'm quite impressed with these new Bournville, this new Bournville look. I'm glad that they've done something a bit different. I think the chopped hazelnuts work as well. I think not necessarily for me, I think I just prefer it without those, but nonetheless, you know, I think if you're a big fan of dark chocolate and chopped hazelnuts, then clearly it's for you, really. And I do think it works pretty well, but I think for me, it's just doesn't really detract from the dark chocolate, but there's less of it, you know, and I don't feel like the crunchies really add too much. Maybe it should be a 4 out of 5. You know, maybe it's not that much different, but I don't know. It's just something. Yeah, it probably is boring more a 4 out of 5, the chopped hazelnut one, rather than the 3.5. But I don't know. Just for me, it just didn't quite. It took away from the taste just because it's hazelnuts, really. But I think if you are a hazelnut fan, as I say, like I mentioned, it'd be a 4.5 for you, I think, really. So yeah. So overall, I'm pretty happy, and I think even the base one, for some reason, tastes better. I don't know if it's the shape of the segments makes a difference. I don't know, but it certainly wasn't as dry. It seemed to be a bit more, yeah, maybe a bit sweeter. But maybe that's not a good thing for dark chocolate. I don't know, but for me, it seemed to work a bit better. I enjoyed it. So yeah, very nice. So I'm impressed. So fingers crossed they do a bit more of this as well. See if they do other Bournville editions. We'll see. Right, guys, let me know what you think of these ones. Do you like the new look to it? What do you think? Do you like the new salted caramel in there and the chopped hazelnuts? Do you think that's raw? Do you think that's blasphemous? What do you reckon? Yeah, and leave a comment for free. Always great to hear from you. Always do the best to reply. And have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. See ya.